Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I'm David Mathis, and I want to thank you guys for tuning back in. The growth has been amazing, and you guys are part of the reason why. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, and share if you are enjoying the content, either past content or this. And make sure to hit that little notification button because I am putting out regular content. Today, I want to talk about my graduate school experience. Okay, this past weekend, I just graduated from the University of South Florida with my master's in exercise science. And I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the highs, some of the lows, what you can expect from graduate school, all right? Because there's a lot of people that just don't understand what it entails, right? There's a lot of work, okay? It is not a slice of cake. It's not a walk in the park, whatever analogy you want to use. But it's also one of the most rewarding things that you'll ever do if you have the opportunity to do so. So, there's a lot of burdens that happen with, making the decision to go to grad school. One's a financial burden, right? It's expensive. One's a time burden. It takes a lot of time and commitment, right? And not a lot of people are willing to do that. You have to be willing to give up your time, not only for classes when you go to class, but outside of class, all right? And from a financial standpoint, it's expensive, okay? Now, I'm very fortunate. I was an Army combat medic. I have the GI Bill that paid for my graduate school, so I have to be open and honest with that. But it is a financial burden to think about, right? If you have a family, if you have kids, if you have work, these are all things that you have to decide. Is it going to be financially feasible? And is it going to fit into my time frame, right? Am I going to be able to provide the right amount of commitment and time that it requires to go to class, to study, to do papers, to read research, to maybe participate in research, right? Which is a big part of our program. And I've been a part of many different studies. I've been a part of diet break studies, rapid fat loss studies, refeed studies, recovery studies between men and women. This all takes time to be a part of, and it's an extra commitment outside of class. So you have to ask yourself, is that something that you're wanting to do, right? Now, you don't have to always do these things, but I will tell you from personal experience that being a part of research is what helps you understand research, okay? Yes, you learn how to read it while you're in school. You learn how to decipher papers, figure out what studies are good, what's not. But you don't really understand it until you get deep in the thralls of it. And you do that by participating, by administering, by helping out, things like that. So that was a very positive aspect for me, is that not only did I learn how to read research, but I learned how to actually conduct research and be a part of it and be a subject in many things, right? So that's definitely a plus. A negative is that, like I said, the time commitment, right? If you are someone that has a full-time job or a family, it can be very difficult. So you have to examine, what are you willing to give up? Are you someone that is a planner, an organizer that can make this really as smooth of a transition as possible, right? Another pro, I would say, in favor of grad school is the mentorship, okay? I've had amazing professors and mentors. Dr. Bill Campbell, Dr. Sam Buckner, Dr. Marcus Kilpatrick, Dr. Nick Martinez. All of these people have been very integral in my time at University of South Florida in growing my expansive knowledge and helping me shape what I want to do with my degree moving forward. I would say that if you are searching for an institution to go to and you want to go into the exercise science field, definitely take a look at University of South Florida. We are the leading, if not the only, lab in the United States solely focused on physique enhancement, right? Building muscle, burning fat, getting stronger, things like that. So it is a very cool environment, very inviting environment, helpful, and also the students, my fellow students. I've made some of the best friends there. We have some amazing coaches coming out of the University of South Florida, and we've had previous ones, Warren Conlon, Stephen Bogran, among many others, that have kind of shaped the way and everything. So there is a large opportunity coming from this program, and any graduate school program, right? The thing is you have to be willing to put in the time, learn the research, understand it, put time in for studying, and all that is very difficult as you get older, right? If you're someone that's coming out of undergrad and you're 22, It might be a little bit easier, but just because you're older doesn't mean it's not possible. Like I said before, I'm 35. I started back on this journey when I was 31, taking undergrad prereq classes in order to apply to get into this program. So it is very doable, but you have to be an organized person. You have to be very time conscious. You have to be self-disciplined and very self-motivated, okay? Because they're not going to hold your hand during grad school. They are going to present the material that you need, give you clear instructions on how to do it, and then it's up to you on how to go from there. So those are some positive, negative aspects of it. Another positive, I think, besides just knowing how to read research, understanding the material better, and mentorship, is just the connections you make, throughout. You have the ability to go to conferences, right? Academic conferences, and meet these researchers, kind of get your name out in the field. You have an opportunity to use the information that you're learning in grad school and present yourself on Instagram, YouTube, talk about this stuff, and actually be an educator yourself, okay? Graduate school has taught me, it's taught me many things, okay? But I think one of the things that has taught me the most is how to actually take in the information that I am learning and absorbing and learn how to present it back to you guys. I do that through my Instagram posts. I do that through these videos. And in turn, it helps me understand the material better, okay? So it's not just something that you can just go in and memorize the material, okay? You actually have to understand it. You have to know the processes, and they will teach you all this. So it just goes into how much in-depth do you want to get, right? What do you want to do with this degree afterwards? Do you just want to use it to be a better coach? That's very, very, it's a great goal. That's what I'm doing. That's what many, many other people have done, to be leaders in the evidence-based field moving forward. Do you want to go on and get your PhD and do more research, conduct more research, run a lab, teach future students? That's another route that you can go. There's so many different routes. You can use this to become a strength and conditioning coach for a university, for maybe a professional team down the road. There's many doors that open when you go to grad school, okay? Do you need to go to grad school in order to be successful? Absolutely not, okay? We know many, many people out there that have no formal education that are great coaches, great positive influencers on social media, that have other jobs in the fitness industry, right? So a graduate degree is not the end all be all. Now, with that being said, I do think that the trend moving forward in the future, in the next 5-10 years, is going to be more so for the people that have the educated, the advanced degrees. The reason being is because there's so much, for lack of a better word, bullshit out there, right? And people are falling for it day in and day out. And we're the ones that are doing the research. We're the ones that are deciphering the research, reading it, and trying to present it to you guys in a way that's going to help you decipher that bullshit from the truth. Now, science is a starting point. Evidence-based is not the end-all be-all, right? But what you learn during grad school and what you learn to take from your experiences in grad school is a starting point for everything else. You have a basis, right? You have an understanding of that basis to start from. I use it with my clients all the time. I'm an evidence-based coach. However, I use that as a starting point, right? That's not the end all be all, because you learn that science is based on the averages, right? And it's used as a starting point, and we're learning things over and over all the time. Things that there might be studies out right now that just haven't been published that can completely change the way that we think about exercise, nutrition, gaining strength, gaining muscle, things like that. So you have to be able to understand and read new research when it comes out and pick out what's useful, right? Pick out the points that are going to help your clients, help the people that you're trying to influence out there, things like that. Grad school can be a great place to grow your critical thinking skills, right? You're not going to have everything handed to you. You're going to be presented information, and then a lot of it is going to be open-ended. I know a lot of our tests, a lot of our discussions that we have, there's multiple answers and stuff, but you learn how to justify your stance and build your own personal stance based on the information that you learn, the research that you read, the discussions you have with your classmates, with your professors who have been in it for decades, right? You learn how to grow your mind. You learn how to become your own coach, build your own philosophies based on scientific principles, okay? Principles, not just anecdotes, right? There's a place for anecdotes, absolutely, in exercise, in nutrition, in the fitness industry, in general. However, you need to have a basis. And I believe that the graduate school program, the graduate degree, gives you that basis to kind of weed out what is bullshit and what's not. And I think that's really going to help you, especially if your career path is to help others and lead them in an efficient way towards their health, their fitness goals moving forward. So I think in general, my experience at the in my graduate program was more than I could have ever asked for. I would not have traded in the world, but I do understand that there are certain limitations for some people in going to get it. Like I said before, money, time, your own personality. Do you have the commitment? Do you have the desire to, be gone all day on campus, classes, doing research, studying, running research, being a participant in research? You don't have to do all those things, but that's definitely going to make your experience in the graduate program and beyond so much more enjoyable, so much more, you're going to reap more benefits from it, right? So you have to be willing to dive in, dig in, fully commit yourself. And that scares a lot of people, and that's okay. But there's nothing like being there with a group of people who all share your common interest, who all share your passion, who you can pick from, because we all have different experiences with fitness, with nutrition, and you learn. There's an invaluable lesson that you learn from grad school, and that is that everybody has their own experience. Everybody has something to bring to the table, and you can learn from each and everybody's experience, right? We have people, including myself in the program, that have had eating disorders. We have people in our program that are accomplished bodybuilders, who are accomplished powerlifters, who run marathons, who are really big into digging deep and conducting research. So there's a whole wide array of people that you meet in a program like this that really helps shape your vision, your goal, your I don't know what to say, your philosophy, I guess, moving forward. And it's just a great experience. Is it for you? That's not for me to decide. I'm here to tell you about my experience. I'm here to tell you about the highs, the lows, and some things that you can expect. You're going to expect long hours. You're going to expect a lot of studying. You're going to expect stress. But it's all worth it in the end. It's hard to see it. It's hard to see it during it. But now that I'm done, I can look back and I can appreciate every stressful moment, every stressful studying for tests, for finals, for midterms, things like that, all the projects, all the time spent reading research, conducting research, things like that. They've all helped me shape myself and my philosophy and coaching the way that I want it to moving forward, so that I can be a better coach for you, for my other clients, for anybody that wants to come work with me, and actually learn something along the way. Not just be given numbers to hit for macros, not just be given a training program to hit, but actually be taught along the way. Because whether or not I go into academia or not, I'm an educator. As a coach, my responsibility is to educate you guys. And I think that going to grad school, getting this degree, learning the things that I did, being able to now better understand and comprehend things moving forward so that I can continue to grow, has been a tremendous, tremendous benefit. And I would not trade my experience for anything, especially my experience at the University of South Florida. I thank that program so much. I thank my mentors, Dr. Bill Campbell, Dr. Sam Buckner, Dr. Kilpatrick, Dr. Martinez, and all of my classmates who will be lifelong friends, who are going to go on to do amazing things in this industry. I wish I had time to name them all, but if you see anybody from the University of South Florida on a research paper as a coach, you know that you're getting top-notch quality, okay? And you're going to be seeing us flood the industry over the next 5-10 years, because we produce people, we bring people into the program that want to make a difference in the industry, that are passionate, that are competitors themselves, and that want to lead the way in exercise science moving forward. So hope you got a little something from my experience. I would not trade it for the world. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my wife. I want to thank my family, everybody who stood behind me during this. Hopefully my experience gives you guys a little bit of something to think about moving forward. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me. You can find me at Mathis Fitness on Instagram. www.coachdavidmathis is my website. And you can reach out to me for coaching through there or through david@biolane.com. Thank you guys so much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that little notification button, and I'll be back with another video soon.